I want you to imagine something. You wake up every morning, drag yourself to work. You're amazing at what you do. You work really hard, and everyone loves you at work. But at the end of the month, your wallet is empty and not really getting anywhere financially. You dream of having more, but it just feels out of reach. Sounds familiar? Well, that's exactly what happened to our guy, Banser, about 2000 years ago. And guess what? The solution he found is still changing lives today. So let me paint you a picture. We are in ancient Babylon. Imagine massive walls, busy markets, people everywhere. And there is this guy named Banser, a chariot maker. Now, Banser isn't just any chariot maker. He's actually really good at what he does. Like, if they had reviews back then, this guy would be 5 stars all day. But here is the thing. One morning, Banser is just sitting there on his low wall outside his workshop, completely lost in thought. His wife keeps checking from their doorway, probably thinking, why isn't he working? I mean, they need money, right? But Banser can't move. He is stuck there because of this amazing dream he had the night before. And let me tell you about this dream, because it wasn't your typical dream about showing up late to your math exam. In Banser's own words, and folks, I'm gonna share exactly what he said because it's so beautiful. He dreamed he was a wealthy man, but not just any kind of wealthy. He said, from my belt hung this beautiful purse, heavy with coins. And get this, I had so many shekels that I could just freely give them to beggars. I had silver coins that I used to buy nice things for my wife and whatever I wanted for myself. And then there were gold pieces that made me feel secure. Like I didn't have to worry about spending the silver because I knew I had that gold backing me up. But here's the part that really hits home. He said his wife looked so different. All those worry wrinkles gone. She looked as happy and carefree as when they first got married. She was glowing with happiness, back to being that smiling young woman he fell in love with. So while Banser is sitting there replaying this dream in his head, who shows up? His old friend Kobe, a musician. And Kobe has got his own problems. He has got this new music opportunity, but he needs some coins until it happens. So he comes to Banser hoping for a loan. But Banser is like, brother, my purse is as empty as yours. And they start talking about how crazy it is that they are both so good at their crafts, like seriously skilled professionals, but they are still struggling to afford basic living costs. Then Coupe mentions their old friends Arcad. Now, if you don't know who Arcad is, let me tell you, this guy is the richest man in Babylon from the book title. And this is where it gets interesting. Banser, probably half joking, but also half serious, says something like, man, if I ran into Arcad at night, I might have to grab his fat wallet. But Kobe, and this is where the real wisdom starts dropping. Kobe says something profound. He says, that's nonsense. A man's wealth isn't in the purse he carries. Think about it. A fat purse can empty really quick if there is no golden stream to refill it. Arcad has got something better than a fat wallet. He has got an income that keeps flowing no matter how much he spends. Let that sink in for a minute. These guys just came across something huge. They realized that chasing money, like having a rise or even winning the lottery, isn't the answer. What they needed was what we today call passive income, a steady stream of money that keeps flowing, whether you are working or not. And you know what's wild? This concept that we think is so modern, these guys figured it out thousands of years ago. They understood that the real secret isn't about having money now. It's about creating a system that consistently brings money in. But wait, it gets better. They start talking about Arkad's son, and this story really got their attention, and it should also get yours. You see, Arkad's son went to this whole new other city, and guess what? He became super wealthy there without using his dad's money. All he needed were his father's teachings about how to handle money. Do you see the similarity with Rich Dad, Poor Dad book? Yes, if your parents are rich, they will teach you how to be rich too. You should read that book, or at least watch our breakdown of it. I will leave a link to that playlist in the description below. We will also cover the story of Arkad's son later in the book. It's so inspiring. This is when they have their aha moment. Banzer realizes something so simple but so powerful. Let's ask Arkad to teach us. It costs absolutely nothing to ask for wise advice. Think about that. We will spend money on all sorts of things. But how often do we invest time in learning from people who have actually succeeded? They looked at their lives and realized something kind of embarrassing. They had never found wealth simply because they had never actually looked for it. They had been so focused on working hard that they never learned how to make money work for them. But here's my favorite part, and this shows you the character of these guys. Instead of keeping this opportunity to themselves, they decided to gather all their friends. They understood something that a lot of people today still don't get: the power of giving and sharing. Success is better when it is shared. They understand the power of giving to receive. So let me ask you something. What is your golden stream? Are you still chasing that job with a salary? Or are you building something that will keep flowing even when you are not working? Next week, we are going to see what happened when Banzer and his friends finally met up with Arkad. And trust me, the wisdom he shares, if applied, it's going to change your life forever. So I want you to drop a comment below just to tell me what hit home for you in this story. Was it the dream, the idea of passive income? Or maybe it was seeing how even skilled professionals sometimes struggle with money. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.